and welcome to Three Stitches Podcast once again. Welcome to February. It is the 1st of February. Good grief, January flew by. Started out and we're 1 month into the podcast pretty much. Um, we started at the beginning of January. You didn't see it until the middle of January. So if you count the planning stages and the many, many tries to get our first podcast up and running, it's been a month. Um, so yeah. Um, Quick recap of the week. Thursday and Friday I didn't do much. Really not much going on campus, and I don't have classes on Thursday and Fridays, so there's really no motivation for me to get out of bed. So I slept in. And then I picked up my homework, did a little bit of homework, um, read for a bunch of my classes, and then came back and spent the night crocheting on Evelyn's sweater. Um, that's now my top priority to get that done. And so, yeah, as you'll see, I haven't worked on much of anything else because I've been going absolutely nanners on Evelyn's sweater. But it won't look it when I hold it up because it's gotten so large and the camera's so small. You won't be able to see the progress, but there is progress. There has been progress. There has been quite a bit of progress. I'm two increases into the second part of the sweater, so there has been progress, which is good. Um, Saturday pretty much did the same thing. Kind of forewent the homework for yeah. Didn't It was Saturday. Yeah, just I worked on Evelyn's sweater all day, and then planned on going planned on going back to the dorms and crocheting a little bit more. On Saturday nights, my usual routine is on MeTV, which is a local channel that stands for Memorable Entertainment Television. At 8 o'clock, Lost in Space, the old series, is on, and then the original series Star Trek is on at 9 o'clock. So I usually come back and I watch those, and then I go to bed. Sometimes I stay up later. But I was planning on coming back to my dorm and doing that, watching that and crocheting more on Evelyn's sweater. That unfortunately did not happen. Not well, not no, not unfortunately, because I went to the mall with Amanda. She went to go get her eyebrows done, and I was very proud of myself. I did not spend any money at the mall. We walked around, talked. We talked for like we left right after dinner around I want to say 6:30, quarter to 7, and we didn't get back until about 9 o'clock. And then yeah, this is Saturday night, right? Yeah, I hope I said this was Saturday night. If I didn't, this was Saturday night. And then got back and we were planning on hanging out a little bit more. We got to the lobby and Tyler and Katie were in the lobby, and they had been invited to Dick and Aaron's to play games. Um, so we are like, yeah, what the hell, we'll go too. Um, so went over there. We played a game called Wits and Wagers, which is a lot of fun. For those of you who haven't played, um, this was my first time playing, and it's a simple game to learn. You have this like felt rectangle, and it's sort of like set up like I want to say like a football field. You have like different like rectangle spaces on the felt rectangle, and you get it's a trivia game, and you get like little like whiteboard cards with a marker that you can like easily erase with your hand or on your hands, like we did. Um, and so there's 7 questions. There's 7 rounds. There's 7 questions, trivia questions, and you can be in teams. You can be in pairs. You can be by yourself. So we had a mixture. I was in a pair with Amanda. Um, and so Aaron would ask the question, and you would write down what you think the answer is, and then we put them in the middle, face down, and then Aaron would turn them all right side up and order them in the spaces on the felt square or rectangle, um, high or lowest to highest. And then what you do, you have these little chips. At the beginning of the game, you have two cardboard chips, and you place them on what rectangle you think the correct answer is. So even if you didn't write the answer, even if you had no clue, you just put some random guess down, um, and you put it down, and then you can bet on other people's cards. And then on the bottom of those squares, they have like the 3-1 and the 4-1 and 6-1. And so if you pick the winning card, then you get like, if it's on a 4-1 space, you get 4 chips per chip you put down there, like any other gambling game. So yeah, and then at the end of 7 rounds, people with the most chips win. So it's pretty simple. It's a lot of fun. You can learn it in 1 round. Yeah. So you going over to Dick and Aaron's is always a lot of fun because they have a bunch of games, and you whether you've played it or not, it's a lot of fun. Friends, food. Uh, Actually, there wasn't much food last time, so I didn't stuff myself, which is good because I always feel guilty because they offer it. They're really good hosts, but I feel guilty eating it because they're on their own. They have their own apartment, and I mean they both have a job, and like the money isn't so tight for them, but you they're paying for everything on their own now. So I do feel guilty if I go over there but but I don't eat them out of house and home ever because yeah. Um, Sunday did pretty much the same thing. Just stay. I was on duty at 4:30 again on Sunday, um, and nothing much happened. It's a Sunday night. We had a large snowstorm, and not a large snowstorm. It made driving difficult for people. And Sunday night is usually the day that if people are local but they're not part time and they want to go home, they go home over the weekend and they're coming back Sunday night / Monday morning. And so yeah, I didn't have anything to deal with. No problems on duty. So which has been good. I've had 2 duties so far and nothing has happened. It's been quite quiet lately. But we had to hire a staff member, and as of Monday, a new staff member has been hired, and I am proud to say that she was one of my residents. So I'm very happy for her. But I guess I shouldn't be too proud because, well, not too happy because both of our candidates that were being interviewed were both from my floor. So no matter who was hired, it would have been from my floor. So it's not that big of a deal if they're from your floor or not. Actually, I guess it's kind of a bummer because I'm losing a good resident because she's now moving up to be the 12th floor RA. Oh well. Still very, very happy for her. What else? Monday. So on Mondays we have Zumba classes at D'Youville, and so they're a lot of fun. I started going last semester and only went to a couple because technically I had class. On Mondays from 4:45 to 6 p.m. So you go and then you finish up and you go to dinner, which I'll say a little bit later, like it could pose to be a little bit of a problem with my Monday schedule. But last semester, I technically had class until 5:30, and so but it was labs. We always got out early. We always got out at like 4:15. Um, so I'd go to Zumba, but then in the middle of the semester, probably about the fourth class in, he didn't show up, and then this rumor started circulating that he wasn't an actual certified Zumba instructor, so there wouldn't be Zumba classes anymore. So I stopped going because I heard that there wouldn't be Zumba classes anymore, and why show up if there's not going to be classes? Sounded simple to me. And then I come back from lab one day, and I'm walking up to the PVR because it's in the blue lounge right below the PVR, and I hear music and and so I'm like I peek and I'm like, oh, Zumba. So I started going again. But it was only like 2 classes until the end of the semester at that point. So yeah. So I went to a total of maybe like 5 classes last semester when it was really every week, much to my chagrin that I did not know that. Um, Darn you, rumors. So I'm going again this semester. It's a lot of fun, but so I'll add this to the things I've learned this week. I can't dance. Well, I'll modify that. I can't dance to modern music. Um, he had several styles of music there, and so to like appeal to a wide variety of people, I guess. So he had, like jazz, and then he had hip hop. I so as Lindsay would say, I'm very, very white. I cannot dance hip hop. Um, yeah, it was kind of awkward, but I guess I should have been born 60 years, well, longer than that, because he had some like 1920s like flapper-esque music, and I danced to that a whole lot better than than like the hip hop and the modern music. So kind of odd. Like I'd like listening to that kind of stuff. But I can't dance to it apparently, at least not in Zumba class. So I guess I should have been a 90s 20 flapper because I can dance that better. So things I've learned this week. I should have been born 100 years ago. Um, Okay, so Monday was Zumba class, and so that's gonna interfere with my, well, not really interfere, but I might drive some people away because after Zumba class is a great workout, at least for me, who's like sorta in shape, but not really. Crystal, who is a gymnast and likes to run and all that, she's in great shape, was just like, yeah, it was good, but I feel like it wasn't as intense as I want it to be. And I went, huh? I'm like drenched in sweat. I'm just like, huh? What are you talking about? Um, but yeah, so we like drive people off because we're all drenched in sweat and we go right from the Blue Round to walk upstairs and we go eat dinner in the PBR with a whole bunch of people. It's great. And then so it's gonna interfere. We're gonna drive even more people away because after we go to Zumba and then we go to dinner and at 6:30 is staff meeting in the back of the PBR. So the whole staff will get to see me and Amanda and whoever else goes, all sweaty from Zumba. Woo! Yeah. But last Monday or this Monday it wasn't bad because it was the whole staff meeting. So the staff meeting was pushed from 6:30 to 8:30. So yeah, I had time to shower and then some. I had time to shower and then lay on my bed and get like really really tired and then have to go. Oh, I have to go downstairs for staff meeting. Like wander down there and sit down and be like, I'm gonna fall asleep. Yeah. So I didn't know this because I usually don't take showers at night. That if you take a shower and then when your hair is wet and you lay in bed and I guess I get comfy and cuddly and warm and sleepy. So maybe I'll try that for when I can't sleep. Like last night, I could not sleep last night. Oy. It's like 2:30. I'm just like, come on. Can I fall asleep? I've been laying in bed for 2 hours. Can I fall asleep? Please. So I should have taken a shower. But I'd already taken a shower. So yeah, 2 showers. Hey, I'm not paying for the water. Water's already been paid for. Okay, rambling. Yesterday, um, I did no, I can't say that. I was gonna say I did absolutely no crocheting or knitting. I cannot say that. I did very, very, very little because my Arabic homework, I have so much Arabic homework. Um, and I thought there wasn't that much um, sort of miscalculation on my part. I had like homework that I had to get done last week, and I was like, I didn't have time to do the Arabic, so I was like, okay, I'll save the Arabic for this week. So I looked at it yesterday, I was just like, there's like online homework and book homework and drills and vocabulary, and I have to research a country, and yeah. So um, I did all the book work yesterday. And so I'm hoping that by 5:30 today I get the online component and the drills done and research a country. It only has to be like a 2 to 3 minute presentation, and the class is really laid back. Um, so yeah, that is if I can do the online components if the internet would speed up, which it won't. So it's gonna take me forever to do the online. So lesson for next week, I'm start my Arabic homework right away. So tomorrow night I'm gonna be doing the homework that's due next week. Cause boy, good grief. Yeah, lesson learned. So I've been going absolutely nanners on homework for Arabic. Um, Other than that, things are good. Real good. We're back into the swing of the semester. Well, not yeah. Well, we have been for a while, but it's finally, you've got your routine. You've gone to a full week of classes, so you know where to go. You have sort of a set routine now, which is good. Um, yeah, life is good. Happy, yeah, all that jazz. Um, we're back to our normal PBR conversations with everybody. But I'm kind of bummed this semester. I hate having night classes because the PVR opens at 4:30, so people who have night classes can eat before they go. Usually leave around 5:15 to get to my class. And so I go to dinner at 4:30 and then eat. But no, there's nobody there at 4:30. So on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I miss out on the multitude and randomness that is PVR conversation usually. So I'm kind of bummed about that. Yeah. But I make up for it at other meals. Stay extra long, which I shouldn't because I have work to do, but it's fun. Okay, on to knitting slash crocheting. So, as I mentioned, I got worked on Evelyn's sweater. So, yeah. So, this bit right there. From this little seam up. Did that. Yep. And then yeah. So I'll stretch this out so you can. So it's not just like look, I did this much. No, I did this much. Yeah, this much. Back, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and 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 back and forth, while watching TV, and increase, and then back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth, and increase, and then back and forth, and back and forth. Oh wow. I don't know. I can't explain that. That was just okay. So as a result, my Pavonis has suffered. Lindsay, I do work on my Pavonis. You are not the only one. Mom works on her Pavonis. I just, you know me, I put others before myself, so I always work on others things before myself. So my Pavonis, quite small still. I have worked on it. I've only done a couple rows in a week though, so yeah. And since it's lace weight, the progress in a couple rows is minimal. So, uh, yeah. Come on, needle, straighten out, straighten out, straighten out, straighten out. Haha, there. Okay, so here's my Pavonis. Only yeah, and since it's lace weights, I've only done like maybe like 3 or 4 rows this week because I've been doing other things. So yeah, lace weight shows minuscule amounts of progress. And then socks, no progress. Well, no, I did knit a couple rows on it. So got a little bit to go before I turn the heel. No, actually a little bit more than a little bit to go. But yeah, so you've seen that several times. And yeah, it looks pretty much the same because it is pretty much the same. So yeah, that's kind of depressing. Um, oh, but I did finish one project this week, and I started another project. So I guess yeah, no, but they're the same kind of project. So um, got a little bit worked on Amanda's leg warmers. My goal for the end of next week, so I can start working in like Boohoo on the Pavonis is to get the leg warmers done um, by the end of this week, perhaps because I only have like a little bit to go on these. No, actually, more than a little bit. But if I like, but this is just straight knitting, so I'll just sit in front of the TV and I can get a whole bunch done. And maybe the next time I'm on duty, I could probably get a whole bunch done. I don't know when the next time I'm on duty is. I don't think this week. I'll check the schedule. But I started a new project because I finished my scarf. I finished my boa scarf. I'll show you because I like to be organized in the fact that I show you all my works in progress, um, and then all my finished works. So it wouldn't be right to show you a finished work and then show you a work in progress. Yeah, that's my mind. Lindsay, yeah, Lindsay calls me OCD. Yeah, I think we mentioned that in our first podcast because the second sock when I was working on it had a hole, so I took it out, and she was like, "Why are you taking it out?" I'm like, "Cause it has a hole." Why? Because it has a hole. I don't want my sock to have a hole. Okay, so scarf. This is for one of the residents, Joe. He's really nice. And he asked for a scarf and so I'm making them this scarf. It's just like a simple like patchwork. Knit 3, purl 3 for 7 rows, and then purl 3, knit 3 for 7 rows, and then knit 3, purl 3 for 7 rows. Yeah, so it creates like this like patchwork. Yep. So yep, that's that. And then my finished project. Yay! Finished project. Oh, I've had it on the back of my chair forever. Well, not ever, because I finished it last week. I finished it on Friday. This is my boa scarf. I successfully picked up the stitches that my needle had fell out last week. I successfully picked up my stitches, though losing a couple rows in progress. But with this, it doesn't matter. It's 8 stitches, and the rows are like, no, they're not really that big. But yeah, you get my drift. It's really not that big of a deal to lose 2 rows in this scarf. And it's great because even if like I made a mistake picking up my stitches, this like netting will hides a lot of mistakes, which there aren't any. Yeah, no, there. I don't know. There probably is. Um, that's it. Like I said, I'm hoping to get these leg warmers done and off the needles, and get them to Amanda. Um, because yeah, she's been waiting for them. Um, and get the sweater to Evelyn. No, probably it might happen at the end of next week if I go absolutely nanners on it, um, and plan out my time better. I like playing with this string. I think I need more sleep. I didn't have coffee. I don't like coffee. I didn't have tea. Um, oh, it's been abnormally warm here lately. Like yesterday night, like it was warm during the day, and stupid me didn't check the weather, and so I wore my winter jacket out to class at 9:30, and it was fine, so it was still pretty chilly, so I needed it. I get out of class and I go to lunch. I'm like, good grief, it's hot. Not hot, but if you're wearing a winter jacket and it's 44 degrees outside, it's hot. And so, yes, mom, I know 44 degrees is still cold. Here, it's like boiling. Um, and so changed into my spring jacket, and then went to class at 5:30 for my philosophy class, which bored me to tears. Oh my goodness, I almost fell asleep. Oh boy, that's gonna be a tough class to get through for 3 hours. At least it's only once a week, but that's gonna be a tough class. Um, and then I came back and oh, I didn't the movie last night. So I came back and dropped my stuff off, and then went to the movie last night. And I turned on my computer, and I was and my little desktop weather thing said it was 52 degrees. I'm like, it's January 31st. It's 52 degrees outside at night. This was like 8:30 at night. Oh boy. So and right now it's 43 degrees outside, and it's foggy. Well, last time I said I had to close my blinds because um, the sun was a little bit too intense for the camera. But plus if I have my shades open, all you'd see is a building, so it's like not that big of a deal, you know. And you'd see an occasional old person creeping out their window because it's a nursing home. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of emails. All that like dinging in the background is emails and spam. Woo! Yay! But so I went to the movie and that's where I got my knitting in yesterday. I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. No, I still am, but I'm still gonna keep talking. But that's where I got my knitting in yesterday. I knit on Joe's scarf. I started it yesterday, and so that's where the lie would come in if I said I didn't knit. So I knit during the movie, and then they had I didn't knit as much as I wanted to because they had snacks, and so um, they had cowtails. You remember cowtails, Mom? We used to go like don't we used to go to Joann Fabrics, and they had cowtails at the register, and we were good. Mom would buy us a cowtail, and it's like I don't know, they're really hard to describe. They're like little like cylindrical things about this long, and with like caramel on the outside and cream in the inside, and they're only about like this big, but they're about the size of a cowtail. So I had one of those, and then I had a couple other snacks during the movie. But so I was full, and so I saved my chips for later. And then in the middle of the movie, I was hungry. So I opened my chips, ate my chips, wiped my hands on my pants real quick so I didn't get grease all over the scarf, and drank my soda, and uh, went to go pick up the scarf again. I lost the other needle. I was like, oh, dang it. So and it's dark, so I'm like trying to feel around, like, where'd my needle go? And I finally give up. So I just kind of like, I put it away. And I'm like, I'll find it when they turn on the lights again. So, turn on the lights. I'm like looking around, like, I can't find my needle. How am I going to finish this scarf if I can't find the other needle? Just go out and buy another pair of nines. And whew, I was really frustrated. And then, like, I put my foot down. I'm like, ah. So I bent down, pick it up, and I put it in my bag. And it's all good. Um, And so the movie was Footloose. I didn't say. We watched Footloose in the Blue Lounge, and then they had raffles. It was one ticket away from winning the raffle. We always have raffles after events. One ticket away. The last prize they called 455. I was 454. So yeah, this close to winning the raffle. Um, yeah. So it was kind of an adventure during the movie, but only part of the movie because I lost my needle. Oh, and then there were these people sitting behind me. Like in the movie theaters, they give you the the whole spiel